Okay, today we're talking about clearing fractions and also solving quadratics. And they look something like this. Everybody look at problem number 1 on the worksheet in front of you. For those of you that know how to do it, because we did discuss this before I started the video, go ahead, give it a try, but I'm going to show you what I would have done, and you can check yourself, see if you're doing it right. That's right. Okay, x plus 5 over 3. And here's the original problem. This is worksheet 2.7, number 1. And my first step is I want to get that 3 out of the denominator because fractions are a real pain. How do I get rid of the 3? I just multiply by 3 everywhere. This one's like a baby one. Very easy. Cancels, cancels, cancels. All the 3's just cancel. And now all of a sudden I have x minus 2 plus x plus 5 equals 1. This was a little bit weird in that everything, all those 3's just cancel. Now, I'm going to try to get this down to just one x. So x and another x makes 2x. And the negative 2 and the 5 makes plus 3 equals 1. 2x equals, subtracting 3 from both sides, negative 2. X must equal negative 1. That's all there is to it. That was a simple one where I just cleared by multiplying by one little thing. I want to move on to number 4. Everybody look at number 4. Number 4 says 1 over x minus 2 over x minus 3 is equal to 4. Pay attention, you're going to get yourself a new seat. All right, this one, I'm going to start by multiplying by x and x minus 3. That'll clear my 2 denominators. I multiply by that everywhere. And here an x and an x minus 3. That's a multiply. Okay, so then cancels. X minus 3 times 1 is just x minus 3. Minus, and then this x minus 3 cancels, so it's just x times the 2, which I'd call 2x. And this becomes 4x squared when I multiply that times that, and negative 12x. And now, as soon as you see a squared in there, you know you got to start solving a quadratic. That means set it up so you can factor it or quadratic formula it. So I'm going to try to get these guys over to the other side. So first that and that can go together. That'll be a minus x minus 3. And then they can go to the other side. So I can say this is plus x plus 3. I don't know if you caught what I just did there, but I hope you did. And then it equals 0 now. And now I can simplify it a little bit further. 4x squared, the minus 12x plus the x makes minus 11x plus 3. And now a lot of people on this one have tried to factor it. I'm pretty sure that you can't factor it because I think one of these numbers was negative, it would factor, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't factor. Unless, does anybody have a way? You think you got it? Tell me. Okay, let me check it. 4x plus 1 and what? X minus 3. Here's the problem. That and that multiply to negative 3, not positive 3. Because that's what I was thinking too. Well, it was a negative 12x because this 4x times the negative 3 made negative 12x right here. Yeah, because I put a x from the other side. We moved the x over from the other side, and we added x, so that made it negative 11x. So bottom line is, this thing won't factor. What do I do? Quadratic. So you say, don't forget the x equals, and it'll be negative, which means the opposite of b, which is 11, plus or minus the square root of 121 is what 11 squared is, minus 4 times a times c, and the a here is 4, and the c here is 3, all over 2a. 2 times 4 is 8. It's really close. I'll let you finish up the cleanup in the square root there, and then you'll have it. You guys better go. Okay. One more I'm going to help you with. Numero 11. Number 11 on your worksheets. Number 11 starts this way. 2 minus 1 over x plus 1. And that's equal to 1 over x squared plus x. Now, there's a trick to this one. The first thing I'm going to suggest is a long time ago, I told you that whenever you could factor something, it was smart to factor that thing. If you see something that can be factored, factor it. I see something that can be factored. Do you? What? Just an x that can't be factored. What? What can be factored up here? Turn around, please. Thank you. But you don't. You have your own worksheet, right? Yeah. All right, good. So this one, I'm going to go with x squared plus x is the thing that can be factored. So I'm going to factor that. X comes out, and I have x plus 1. Why is that smart? Because then you'll realize that this has an x plus 1, and so does this have an x plus 1. So it's one of the denominators I got to multiply by as x plus 1. So you already get, I think, that if I multiply by x plus 1 everywhere, that'll fix one of my problems, but it won't fix both. I'm going to do this, multiply by x plus 1 on all three parts. What's the other thing I got to multiply to clear the other thing in the denominator? X. So I really have to multiply everything by x also. Now, by multiplying that, will I be able to cancel all my denominators? Yes, I will. So I'll start doing my canceling in green here. That cancels that. And this whole thing cancels this whole thing. Don't forget that there was a 1 there in the first place. The answer on the right hand is 1. And over here, I got to multiply all that out. Minus this part right here is just minus x. So I'm going to multiply all this out. And it's 2 times x plus 1. And that's going to become 2x squared plus 2x. This part right here came from that part right there. And then you can finish it from there. You're going to have a nice simple one that's set equal to 0, and then it probably factors. If it doesn't factor, you got to use quadratic formula, but I think it factors. Okay, so today was pretty much just learning how to clear complicated fractions from your problem, and then a reminder on how to solve quadratic formula. And that's all I got for you for today's worksheet 2.7, number 1. It gives us a lot of time to go over our tests. You had 2 tests coming back today, and you're going to be able to do corrections on both of them because this assignment is simple today.